Hey y'all, welcome to the Morning Cafe's Grieve Out Loud, damn it. This is a space where healing isn't hidden and emotions are honored. I'm your host, Coach Tam, and I'm here with you so you don't have to grieve in silence. Whether you're mourning a person, a dream, a vision of yourself, or simply learning to breathe again after life's hardest hits, this sacred space is for you. This isn't just another podcast. It's a movement, it's a moment, and it's a mirror. And it's just going to be a reminder that you're not broken, you're becoming. So grab a cup of warmth and breathe and come as you are. Because we are here to grieve out loud, damn it, to heal out loud. So stay tuned. Hey y'all, welcome back to the Grieve Out Loud, damn it podcast. I'm so glad that you guys are tuning in. Hopefully you guys are doing amazing out there. So this podcast is a reminder that grief is not meant to be silenced. It's meant to be shared. And so I'm Coach Tam, the founder of the Morning Cafe, and I am a grief and life transition coach, if you guys didn't know out there. So today's Labor Day. Happy Labor Day to y'all out there. And it's a special day for us because we're going to be diving into some powerful questions. And I'll introduce our guest momentarily. But it's about faith and rebuilding and also unimaginable love that was lost and then, of course, found again by rebuilding. So our guest today is Timothy Thomas. I have the pleasure to call him Uncle. And he's endured a lot of loss with parents, siblings, life transitions, divorce, and so countless trials and tribulations that we all have to go through. And yet through it all, Tim has found ways to be moving forward. And so today he's here to share his journey with us. And so I'm so glad that you're here today with me.
I'm
Tim.
so glad to have you.
Thank you. And so before we get started with the interview questions, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I come from a large family, and we're pretty close. So it's to start losing parts of my family. It really took a lot out of me in the end.
I definitely understand because my father is his older sibling, and the loss of him was tremendous. And when you lose a parent, and you guys, if you lost a parent out there, you know, that it's a tough transition. So thank you for sharing your story.
And I just wanted to tell you a lot about your father, on the times and years that you have missed being around him. So I want to give you a little bit of history about your dad, who was a wonderful man, and he raised a beautiful daughter, and he would be very proud of you right now. And I know he is.
Thank you. Okay. Appreciate that. So overall, Tim, you've experienced so much loss, and I want you to go through that. And looking back, how has grief shaped you today? And then we can start with the losses, unfortunately, and then how that shaped you.
Okay, first of all, the first loss in our family was my mom, our mom. And that was kind of devastating because at that time, my mother was only 66 years old.
That's young.
And she passed away with the aneurysm complications. And at times, you know, you feel like when they're in the hospital, they're gonna get better.
Right.
But then all of a sudden, you know, days later, my wife at the time came to my job and told me that your mother had passed away. Mm. That's a deeply hurting feeling.
Right.
So you'll never really get over it. In fact, at the funeral, I told myself that I wasn't gonna cry because I wanted my mom to know that she raised a man.
Right.
So I didn't cry, but I was holding back the tears really from my heart. And that was devastating for me.
Right. And then with your mother, and then your father,
And
probably.
then it was my mother, and then it was my oldest brother, who had complications with cancer, and he was only 52 years old. And young, very young, and that kind of put a little scare in my heart, because at the time I was just 7 years younger than him, somewhat like that.
Right.
So I'm hoping that I can at least make it past 52.
Wow.
So that devastated me there. And then my brother, which is your dad, who passed away at a young age, at 48. And that was really devastating too. And now I'm seeing all my siblings pass before me.
Right.
And my dad was still alive. My dad lived to be 91 years old.
That's amazing.
Yes, he lived to be 91.
Wow.
And
Thank goodness.
then, yes, he took on sick, and I came to visit him. And the funny thing about it, like I said, I didn't cry at my mother's funeral, but I cried at my dad's funeral.
Let it out.
You know, it just, for him to be with us that long,
Yeah, it's a blessing.
that was a blessing to behold.
Yeah.
And so now it's just me, my last older brother, and my two younger brothers. And all of a sudden now, out of nowhere, my youngest brother's wife called me from Seattle to tell me that he passed away. And it really set off me and my brother next to him, because, you know, we were like, hey, our younger brother, you never think that would happen. So that was a hard grievance. This is just hitting me year after almost year, you know? And then after that, my next youngest brother, I get a call and he passed away.
Oof.
So that I'm just hit with grievance behind grievance and still trying to hold up.
Right.
The pain from the other siblings passed away and parents. So I go to, he lived in San Antonio, went to his funeral, and he's got a military burial because he was in the Navy. So I was proud. I received his military flag, and I was there to witness his gun salute, and I was real proud of my brother. And then a year after that, my last brother, the one next to me older, he passed away.
Oh my goodness.
So now that there's left just me and my sister are only two left in our family.
Right.
So a lot of times my grievance is when I look at my brothers and my parents, and for me, I always feel that they have left me by myself. And I think about that all the time. All my dreams are about them, and I can, you know, just see them clearly all the time, all the good times that we've had, and the times I've spent with your father and my parents. It's just a feeling you'll never get over it, but they would want you to move on.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
So that's what I would tell someone, because you know all the hurt and pain that they were going through when my mom was sick, when my dad was sick, and my brothers. They're not feeling that pain anymore.
Exactly.
So you got to be happy for that and for them. And plus, you know, they're not burdened with the pains that we deal with today, having to pay rent and all the other stuff that we have to go through. So, and to be on that other side, they're happy.
Yeah.
They're happy.
Truly believe
And you
that.
have to feel happy for them, because you want to be that way when you step to that other side.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was one of my questions, and so I'm glad that you actually went into that. As if somebody was grieving as much as you went through, what would you say to them going through their own storm?
It's just going to take time. You always know that the old saying is time will heal.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that's going to heal it. Time will heal. And if you have to, then you need to talk to someone like Coach Tam. She'll definitely help you out and get through it.
Absolutely.
But it's just a feeling that you have to have inside, and the motivation to yourself to go on with your life. You never forget. You never will.
Right.
Because it hits me every time Mother's Day comes around.
Right.
It hits me every time Father's Day come around. All my brothers' birthdays, I still, happy birthday to them, celebrate on their birthdays.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's the good thing, that you have the feeling that they'll always be there with you.
Right, to hold on to those special times, yeah. And so thank you for going through that. When I look at some of the losses that I've gone through, especially, and my mother and my father, and even grieving my brother. Like, I don't talk to him anymore, and I lost him to drugs and alcohol. And so when I think of those things, when people are not burdened, but also you're going through a life transition or whatever the case may be, I do think of, I have to be happy for them. I have to know, my brother's a different situation, but those folks that are transitioned to the other side, I have to be happy for them, for not to be going through everything in this world. And so I appreciate you saying that. And that brings me to my other question here. So what helped you keep going in those moments when it might have been easy just to give up?
Well, at times I have a daughter, and I was trying to so much to where I want to be the one that walk her down the aisle. So that gave me strength to live, and gave me more strength to live within her, because I wanted to be there for her happy day.
Yeah.
And that's what I clinged on to. Yes, I wish my parents would have been there, and my brothers, and to be there, but I was there to walk her down that aisle, and I was so happy and so proud. So that's what kept me going. And to see one day that I'll be able to see my grandkids.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So I can spoil them.
Sugar them up and
send them back home.
I love that.
So that's what keeps me motivated and keeps me moving. And I'll never forget about my siblings and my parents. I always look on that, look back on that. Absolutely. But I'm looking forward to the generation ahead of me. Yeah. You'll always think of that. And as far as my nephew Sean, your brother, he's going to come around and y'all will be together again.
I hope so. I hope. From your words to God's ears. And I appreciate you saying that. And those are the times that, you do cling on to, those happy moments and the things that are coming, right? And so I do think when I get sad about my mother or my father or just people that have passed, that I look at my son and my family that are living and just like, oh, this is wonderful. And this is why you love people.
Yes.
When you're in their face and you're talking to them or whatever, or you think about it, you call them because you don't know.
Yes, you never know. And you can't sit up there all the time moping around and grieving, because you have to live for him. And the life that you have set for you, your husband, things that because I miss your mom too. I was very close with her too. She was my favorite sister-in-law, okay? So and that hurt me too when I found out that she had passed away. It's just a devastating feeling. But I know she wants you to go on in life and be happy.
Absolutely.
And I see that in your face. I see that in your son, your family. That's what gives you the motivation, should give anybody the motivation to go on, even if you're by yourself.
Right.
You can always find someone to talk to, or someone that you can compare and be companion to share your feelings. It's good to bring your feelings out and talk about them rather than hold them in.
I love that.
Okay, because when you hold them in, it's just going to build up pressure on you.
Yep.
And don't ever try to seclude yourself. Yeah. Open yourself up.
I love that.
Okay?
Absolutely. And thank you for sharing that. And that actually brings me to a point of my live framework. It's let yourself feel, identify support, value your journey, and embrace the new beginnings. And so I'm glad that you brought that up, because a lot of people don't. And this is why we're doing these podcasts, because when we talk about grief, a lot of people shun and no, don't talk about it. Just go on.
Right.
It's like, no, I actually want to talk about it.
Yes.
So yeah,
it's okay to talk about it, and to because like I said, it's never gonna go away. It's always gonna be there. Like I said, when the birthdays come and the Mother and Father's Day come, but that's a good feeling, because you had these people in your life, and they will always be there in your life.
Yep.
So that brings out the goodness in you, the feel good in you, and you think about all the good moments. Oh, I remember when we used to do that, and when we used to do this. You'll never forget that.
Exactly.
So that's a good feeling.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that when you can think of that positivity. So it brings me to my next question. So do you believe there's a purpose in pain?
Sometimes you have to go through pain to get to the other side, because life isn't easy.
Nope.
Life is not easy, and it's gonna throw you some bad shots, because you can never prepare for death or any grievance like that. That's like when you're about ready to have a child, you have the suitcase by the door and you have everything ready, and it's going to be on this certain day what the doctor tell you. All of a sudden, bam, the child comes early or something, or y'all nowhere near the house where that suitcase is.
Right.
So you can't really prepare
for
something like that, because God calls us when He's ready to.
Yeah. Amen.
So you can never be prepared for something like that. So you have to, I can't really say embrace it, because that's not really a word for it, or accept it. You just have to really motivate yourself to move on and do the right thing, because you might have to be the person that's there to set up the things that need to be done. And you have to be strong. Because like when my younger brothers passed away, I didn't think I would have to be one that have to set up their funeral arrangements and stuff like that. So so sometimes you may not get a really good chance to grieve at that time, because you're so busy taking care of things that need to be done.
But it hits you later.
And it hits you later big time, like a rock. So you have to be prepared, but there's no way you really can prepare yourself. You just have to live your life every day as happy as you can. So if things happen, you will try to be prepared, but there's no way to really know how you're going to act during those times.
And this is actually something that a lot of folks, I really think, don't get a chance to sit with their pain. Because a lot of times, I know, I've seen it throughout my years as well as a casualty officer in the military, and being in the military for 20-something years, that when things do happen and pain is like there, it's like, nope, just go, like keep going. And so I'm absolutely here. It's a blessing and a curse sometimes as a coach for grief, that you need to sit with that pain. And so when you're talking about those lessons that you've learned through those experiences, what are some lessons, because you had some key words of trying to be happy each day. What are some other lessons that you've experienced?
Experiences is like trying to deal with your everyday life. Okay, dealing with your everyday life. So if you spend, the pain is going to be there, but the pain that you're feeling now and everything, you still have to get up and go to that job and work if you're working. Okay?
Right.
You still have to maintain your children, your husband or your wife. You have to be there with support for them and to show them the love that they need. I mean, the grief is there, but you have to put some things aside. Pain's going to be there, but you need to go on with your life, because your everyday life is going to get you ahead and help you take care of the things like you need to do. Pay your bills, go to work, wake up, be happy. Try to find happiness in your life, and that's what's going to get you through. But like I said, there's always going to be that grief's there, but just stay focused on what needs to be done and you'll be all right.
Right, I love that. And so when we start to look at family, because I had 2 divorces underneath my belt, and I hate to say that out loud, but I'm being vulnerable. My first husband, unfortunately, Mark, I rest his soul, God rest his soul. He was one of my best friends, and then my child's father. And nobody wants to leave that person that you had a child with, but when it's unhealthy, right? And so after divorce, so much family loss, how did you begin to rebuild life?
Well,
and create new beginnings?
I also too had a divorce. Okay, and that's something that's hard, because I was married 19 years and we were very compatible, you know, when you dress alike and, you know, and everything, and the whole family sees you as you'll never part. Never part. I mean, our anniversaries, every year we had big parties and everything. And the thing is, being with someone and being that long together, that's something you have to work at. And you have to keep working at it all the time. And I think that I just fell apart. It was me, because I was busy with working. Like I said, I have my military time and the years I've worked at the post office, and you're trying to keep things going in the family and be the breadwinner. But you know, it's but we were very compatible, and it just, when we just had our child, and I think she was like about 7 to 8 years old when we divorced, and I was really hurt. And here we go back to where I'm worried about. I want to be able to walk her down that aisle, and she's only 7 to 8 years old. But I kept that promise, because I was there first day of kindergarten. I was there at graduation. I was there at her college graduation, and also I was the one that walked her down the aisle. So that's what kept me going. And right now, I still have a good relation with my ex-wife, even though she's remarried now, and the guy she's married to, I'm very happy for her. And we still text each other on birthdays and Christmas and everything. And we have a daughter still to raise. So we're very good friends now. And it's a good thing now. I think we're both in a better place.
Good. Okay. And I tell you, and thank you for being vulnerable, because a lot of people, you know, won't talk about their divorce, like, because I unfortunately do not talk to my exes. One is past, and then one is we're just not compatible. We were not friends, really. And so it is hard. It's hard to have that part of you, you know, now your status has changed, you know, and so you're right. The family looks at you different.
Well, yeah, and two, like, you gotta look at this. Even though we're not together, but my nephews and nieces on her side are still my nephews and nieces, because I was there when they were born as babies. And now that they're all pretty much all grown and have families of their own, I'm still Uncle Timmy.
Yeah,
Okay,
I love that.
So that's the thing about it that makes me feel proud. That I'm always welcome in that family. I still go by there on occasional Thanksgiving, Christmas dinners and everything, at the picnics and everything. They're always running up saying, Uncle Timmy running up to me.
That's awesome.
So I'll never lose that part of the family. And my mother-in-law, before she passed, and my sister-in-laws will always come up and say, hey, Mom says you're her favorite son-in-law. You know, that just makes me feel so proud.
Yeah,
so
that's awesome.
There's good things that can happen. Just be and just still be one with the family. You don't have to, if you're divorced, you don't have to really just go out of your way to make it sad. You can,
right.
Because you still have a child.
Right.
And you want that to be a pleasant ending.
Yeah,
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I agree 1000%. So, well, I am so grateful for this time with you and this vulnerability and you guys watching out there, because I'm telling you, when we grieve out loud, we heal out loud. And so, again, thank you, Uncle Tim, for being real, for being vulnerable and raw.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Your courage to grieve out loud, damn it, reminds folks that none of us are alone. So if you're listening and you need a safe place, please, our information's down at the bottom. It's www.morningcafe, morning, MOURNING, cafe.com. And so we're here to support you. You can join us. Next week, we have a virtual support group. So please, the first Thursdays at 1800 at 6 o'clock for you civilian folks. This is on Pacific Standard Time, so please tune in. The information is out there. And also, we have monthly in person. So if you're here in the Phoenix area, I would love for you to join us every first Tuesday here in Verrado. We can definitely get you the information, so stay tuned. But overall, I thank you for tuning in to the Morning Cafe Grieve Out Loud podcast. Damn it. And so just let you know, grief isn't weakness. And so you can see that here today with Tim, that we need to be vulnerable with each other and make sure that you guys are talking. And if you need that support, please let somebody know, because we are here to grieve out loud, to heal out loud, damn it. So overall, you guys take care out there, and we love you, and support is out there. Take care. Hey y'all, thank you for showing up today. I hope you enjoyed it. Whether you laughed, cried, sat in silence, or found a bit of peace, you did something powerful. You allowed yourself to feel. Congratulations. At the Morning Cafe, we believe healing isn't linear, and you don't have to walk it alone. So if today's episode moves something in you, share it with someone who needs it. Subscribe, leave us a review, and join our healing tribe at www.morningcafe.com. Hey, do you need more support? Our virtual and in-person coaching and support groups are just a breath away. Until next time, take gentle care of yourself, be soft with your heart, and remember, it's okay to grieve out loud, damn it. Sending you love and light.